Ancient Aliens Map 5 is called Last Refuge of the Anasazi, and it's pretty good. This is like a little bit of a mini-boss level, which is pretty fun. It's got the first cyber demon, as you can see right there. And it's just like kind of a big arena map with a bunch of side areas, and like as you progress, a lot of monsters pop out, open up, and kind of get all over the fucking place. It's got also some pretty cool secrets. My favorite one I'll definitely be sure to point out. But the main gist of this map gameplay-wise is you want to get as much infighting as you possibly can going on. And it's not as easy as it looks because there's so many like pillars and like these like buildings and things that can block enemies from getting at each other. So it takes a lot of like very interesting maneuvering to get the cyber demon to do like maximum efficiency in fighting. And that's part of the reason why I like it so much, because I really appreciate infighting that's not like just given to you for free. I like having to kind of like very mindfully tailor your gameplay toward a certain desired outcome. By the way, this is my favorite secret. I'll show off the details in a second here once I kill these fucking guys. I think that's both of them. I don't really remember killing the first one. I guess they died off screen. But I love this section here because this is like the first introduction, I think, of this like neon light strip stuff. And then you got like the fucking, like, it's a line out there. It's like the Nazca line kind of stuff like that with like some guy saying hello. And again, we're only on level 5. So this is like, this secret really packs a lot of detail that's used again later in the game that I think is really, really cool stuff. And I like these like stained glass. It's not really stained glass, but like it's just a window frame with no glass, but it just looks cool. I like the design on it. This is my favorite secret in the first 5 levels, I think. So really, really cool. If you're in there for too long, sometimes a bunch of guys will like crowd that section there, but I got a little lucky. So one thing I'd like to do is get some infighting going before entering the red key section. The red door section, I should say. Alright, that'll do it. Another aspect to this map that I find to be great is the music is like super chill and relaxing. It's just extremely fun to listen to this soundtrack. I've listened to this soundtrack on and off playing the game so many times, but this is one of the better songs. Like, if I were to put a top 10 Ancient Aliens song list at you, this would probably be in the top 10. I don't know where, but it's definitely one of my favorites. I also love this waterfall. I'm not sure if Boom can do translucent textures. I think it can, but that's obviously not a translucent texture. So I remember when I first played this, I was like, whoa, why is there plasma coming out of the water? Which is pretty cool, because they put arachnotrons over there, so that if you get kind of confused, they just start shooting at you. So it's pretty nice telegraphing of progression there. And I just like, again, like this section here, it's got that beautiful cave style of level design and detailing that Skillsaw is so brilliant at. You got the multiple waterfalls, you got the nice rocks, you got the big ass fucking giant trees on the sides. Those trees are so cool, man. And it's, the one thing about the trees is like, there's a lot of different tree sprites in Ancient Aliens, and they're all like really only used in the first episode, because the first episode is kind of going for like a more naturalish environment, whereas the later episodes get a lot more abstract and psychedelic, where the trees are like less useful there. But there's a lot of trees in the first 10 levels, and so here you get a good glimpse of them. This paint elemental can be a little bit annoying, but you know, all paint elementals are annoying, and that's why they're the best monster. So there you go. So now that I've got the yellow key, I want to try to get this guy a little bit not in my face when I'm entering this section here. This lift here, you can really easily get fucked. Well, it's not even a lift. It's like one of those like switch press raised floors, but you can very easily get fucked right there by the Cyberdemon if they're right behind you. So, and this section is probably the hardest of the whole level. It's, you know, it's obviously not that hard, but like, you know, this is a little bit of an issue sometimes, or like if you jump in here and stay on this side of the wall, both crowds of revenants will like come toward you at the same time. But if you keep your momentum going and like hit this wall, you can then kind of time the encounters a little bit better, which makes it a lot easier. But you know, that's a little trick for you, all those aspiring Ancient Aliens players. You know, some free advice. Now this section opens up and you can get the plasma gun, which is always useful. You also can skip those revenants and then let them infight with the Cyberdemon here, but I'm just kind of taking it easy. You know, I'm not trying to do a wicked epic speed run when I record these videos, but sometimes I do that accidentally. So there you go, that guy's dead. Just enough ammo too, which is pretty cool. Now it's time for the cleanup crew. And again, this level is like that mini-boss kind of level, which is really cool for Doom level design, because it's, you know, it's not really a boss level. I mean, it is, you know, in the sense that the Cyberdemon is a boss monster, and it's used as such in this level. But it's not like super crazy and out of control, like MAP05, for example, which I would call a boss level. But yeah, that's it. You got this little soul sphere if you need it, and then there's a crusher that comes down, which is pretty fun, so you don't want to linger here. But you can get some of the monsters stuck in here if you're trying to do like Tyson, which is a weapon restriction category where you can only use the fist, pistol, and chainsaw. This crusher can be very useful because you can just kind of hide right here, and the guys can't really shoot you too easily unless they go to this section like right over there. And you can get them in the crusher for some free kills, but it does take some time, so it's not necessarily a great strategy for going fast, but if you're low on health and want to be safe, that's a way to do it. But yeah, this is a great level. It's got like the mix of nice temple stuff, and it's got this like natural rocky environment. You got a dead tree up there, which is like all silhouetted, which is pretty great. And again, I just want to go into the secret again, because like, this is such a vibe shift. Like, you don't really see anything like this again until much later in the game. So like, this being here is just super duper cool, and I just really enjoy that. Yeah, as you can see, it's just some guys saying hello, you know? They're just, they're trying to get a point across, so. But it's just great. I mean, Ancient Aliens, you know, it's good the whole way through, but like, this level, like, is really, it's like another pickup point where it just starts getting better and better and better, and it's like a snowball avalanche effect. And it's just great. I really, really, really like this level. So I think that's pretty much everything I said. And by the way, once again, we're back here in the classic comforting exit room. But yeah, my favorite section here, besides the secret area, is probably the waterfall section down over here. It's just great. I mean, it looks like something a little bit out of Valiant, which I probably should replay, and it's just good. It's just really, really, really good. Like, again, Skillsaw, one of his best qualities in level design is being able to make really beautiful looking cave, rock, you know, just like natural-ish. You know, it's still Doom, obviously. Like, you know, we're not going for photorealistic here, but like, just that perfect blend of, you know, not hyper detailed and not like way off the wall, but like detailed enough where it gets like 99% of the point across, and any further detail would be yielding diminishing returns, you know? So it's a great level, and it's a little midpoint mini boss, and not to say that the next few levels aren't as challenging or difficult, but this one is presented in that kind of like, all right, here's a test. If you can beat this, you know, you're probably going to be good until, you know, maybe somewhere in the mid-game. You know, it's definitely a difficulty increase. And I would say the difficulty does decrease a little bit for 6 and 7, but 8's pretty, you know, but now, you know, we're getting in there. I will be doing one of these videos in every level in the game, so unfortunately I could not beat it in less than 10 minutes because I'm apparently not good at this game, if you can imagine that. I also just want to say I love the percent, like, font here. Just something about that wiggle. Goddamn.